Welcome back. Damning figures today revealed that obesity costs British taxpayers almost £14 billion a year. Obese patients cost the British Health Service twice as much as those of a healthy weight. But the body positivity movement preaches that fat is now fabulous, and that its craze is fatfluencers who rake in cash by boasting about, well, being fat.
Imagine being a fatfluencer. Those should be the videos that TikTok take down, not us talking about people diddling children. They'll take down a video of us exposing somebody that diddles children, but they won't take down a fatfluencer, somebody that is influencing people to be fat, which is one of the main killers on this planet, especially in the Western world, untouched. That has to be considered dangerous content, right? You're influencing people to die.
Okay, because I haven't heard of this before. So are they influencing people to become fat, or is it more like a body positivity movement of it's okay to be fat? I know you can say it's not okay to be fat, but making people feel comfortable in their bodies and their own skin.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's not.
So they're actually saying go be fat. Is that what this is? Because I can't judge this. I don't know what it is.
We will get to the videos so that you can see them. Piers Morgan has kindly selected some, and he has a fatfluencer on his show. But what I would say is that anybody that is making money off of being fat, I think that they're more of a danger than most of these fake news articles that we get where YouTube will just remove them and put these like little labels under your videos or demonetize them. You're encouraging people into an early grave. There's a reason why you don't see a lot of 80 or 90-year-olds that are massively overweight. They just don't make it. They don't make it. That's just the way it is. I just find it bizarre that they allow these things on TikTok. It's weird to me.
Today as a fat bitch, let's go. I don't know how many times I have to tell you bitches, I'm gonna start my morning off with a Starbucks iced coffee.
And I had a Mackey's, and then I had a few mouthfuls of this cake, but it wasn't.
Really? That's what people are watching? Apparently.
The Rustler Burger, fam. Come on, man. Look, I've been guilty of eating a Rustler Burger in my time, but I'm not eating a whole, like, she ate all the cookies and then went onto a Rustler's Burger. Do you know, if I eat a Rustler's Burger, I hate myself, and I don't eat anything else for the rest of the day.
Die when I eat a Rustler burger.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I feel like I'm eating plastic. I don't understand it. I mean, for people that are in the fitness industry, if you're showing what you eat in a day so that people can learn how to track macros or see how many calories they should be taking in to get a good body, I get that. If you're just skinny, I'm like, who gives a shit?
Well, TikTokers like my next guest are putting the pound in excess pounds.
This is absurd. This is absurd on every single level. And I'm sorry that if he doesn't have people in his life that care about him, or he must not have people in his life that care about him for them to allow him to do this to himself. Because if he's getting clout from this, from being fat, and this is what's making him money, he's not going to stop.
Yeah, this is the thing.
So he's not going to, nobody in their sane mind is going to get to that size for no personal gain. So he's obviously doing it. He's probably making a lot of money on TikTok, I would imagine. But it's not worth your health. And it's also, you're putting that content out for other people to see. And people that might be struggling and might not know how to navigate the world, they're like, wow, how much money are you making on TikTok? X amount of money. They're like, right, I'm going to become a fatfluencer as well. It is actually pretty dangerous what you're doing. It's selfish as well. It's pretty selfish.
But is it, okay, so is it as popular as it is because it's loads of fat people following it thinking, yeah, like, I want to become fat, or is it just getting a lot of attention because people are just shocked at how absurd it is? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, but this is not body positivity for me. Body positivity, let me tell you what body positivity is. Body positivity is telling girls that have stretch marks that it's okay, you still look great. The stretch marks are not a put off. Body positivity is telling maybe a short guy that you're still attractive. It's telling a tall girl that she's still attractive. Body positivity might be a girl might have boobs that hang this way and a girl might have boobs that hang this way. The tits are still good. Body positivity is not encouraging people to an early grave. We all look different. There's things that are different about all of us. There's things that we like about ourselves and we don't like about ourselves. And as long as you are not actively harming yourself, you can be positive about that, about your body. But I am never going to encourage somebody to be fat and say, yeah, it's okay. It's not. That person is going to an early grave. In the pursuit of you trying to be inclusive and make these people feel good, you are driving these people to an early grave. It's short-term reward for long-term consequences. And when I say long-term, I say that very loosely because they ain't going to be around for very long. They just won't make it. That's not me throwing shade at fat people. Fat people die much younger than people that are in shape, generally speaking.
Yeah, there was this guy in my school who was really like obese, and he used to always have doctor's appointments and stuff. And I think the doctor actually said to him, like, if you don't lose some weight or stop eating as much as you're eating, like, you're gonna die, basically.
Yeah.
Like, he knew how brutal it was, but I think by that point he'd just gone too far that it was actually difficult for him to just sort of try and change. But he knew how bad it was health-wise. It
is never too late to turn your life around. Like, you should always try, even if it looks bleak and you are 400 or 500 pounds, you ain't done no sport in your life, you ain't even seen the inside of a gym, it doesn't matter. Do something. That, first of all, if you start working out and you're at that size, the weight is going to fly off you because there's so much to push. Don't give up on yourself. Body positivity is not about just accepting your flaws. If you have created the flaw yourself, you need to fix it. Body positivity is telling a girl that has big lips that she's still beautiful, or telling a girl that has small lips that she's still beautiful. It's accepting stretch marks are just part of who we are. I've got fucking stretch marks from where I worked out. My shoulders have stretch marks and they're from where they grew. It's just the thing. No one cares about that sort of stuff, and we shouldn't put a negative connotation on that. But there should be a negative connotation on shit like this because this kills people. It goes a long way in looking after yourself. Also, being in good shape and looking good goes a long way because people are, I hate to say it, they're just nicer to good looking people.
Pretty privilege is real.
Yeah, pretty privilege is real. I'm not saying that I'm pretty, but I'm in good shape. You know, I've been offered things because of the shape that I'm in. And so if I was extremely overweight, those things just wouldn't come my way.
The new Hot 30i is just $89.99. Do you like sweets? Well, you can get 2 kilos of sweets for £10.
Promoting obesity.
No, I'm promoting a good deal. $25.99 for 63 rolls of toilet paper. A donut maker from Tower. All of these products have 2-year warranty. A candy floss maker. And a chocolate fountain.
Okay, so I'm joined by TikTok star George Keyword, who you just saw there, and Sienna.
Bargains. Huh? That's what I say, bargains.
Bargains, all right. And his wife, Sienna, and the host of the Blair White Project, Blair. Why? Okay, listen. Blair, I'll come to you in a moment. First of all right, George, let me get some stats.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh?
Look, I'm not going to talk about numbers because the thing is I
think you should. I mean,
no. The thing is, if I give you the number of how much I weigh, it's going to be all over the Sun, all those trashy newspapers tomorrow morning. I don't need it. Well, you say you don't need it. You're on TikTok every day showing us how big you are. Yeah.
What a stupid thing to say. He is on TikTok every day promoting shit. You're out for the whole world to see, and he doesn't want to put it on. Why? Is he afraid of a bit of criticism? You must have known you were going to get criticized for behaving like that on TikTok and fatfluencing.
I think, for them TikTok videos, I think he's found a niche that's making him money, so he is playing on it. I don't think it's something that he's actually sort of potentially even agrees with or stands by, but I think it's more so this is working for him.
Yeah. Shame on these corporations as well for sending them stuff. Shame on every single one of you that did, because you need to understand, I've said it before, these corporations don't give a shit about you. They will profit off you until you're in your grave.
Correct, but this is the thing. If it's driving traffic for them, then why not go for whoever's bringing in the most views? For example, that video that we just done of that guy doing the hair removal cream, I think it has not been taken down because YouTube are seeing how much traffic it is driving to YouTube as a whole anyway. Why are they going to stop that? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but with that guy that was showing his whole arsehole on camera, he should be taken down just because of the whole nudity guidelines. They're breaking their own guidelines. But with this guy is actually influencing people to harm themselves. This is self-harm. What he's doing is influencing people to self-harm. Even when the camera cut to him and he's sitting in Piers Morgan's office, he looked like he was out of breath. My man is sitting down. He's sitting down and he looks like he's out of breath. And his wife is sitting there. Look, his wife is pretty as well. You know she's enjoying. He must be making a pretty penny. I don't mean to throw shade at you, but I'm not even sure if you look down if you could see it at that point. It's one thing to be going through like mental health issues, right? And you have an eating disorder. It's another thing to glorify it on TikTok and get brand deals because of it. At that point, I think the gloves are off and you deserve whatever criticisms you get.
Do you see, but this is the point I was trying to make earlier. Do you see that content as him glorifying being fat? Yeah, let's all get obese together. Or do you see it as him just promoting items, but it just fits and it's cliche because he's a big guy? Do you know what I mean? It's not him saying come and be obese. It's him saying, do you want these sweets? They're this price. Do you want these like candy floss making machine, etc.? It's not him saying be fat, eat. It's more so he's promoting unhealthy things, but it works because he's a big guy. See my point?
Yeah, okay, let me ask you this then. If I was getting brand deals because I was here with my top off, promoting, whatever product, and if I'm in good shape and I'm getting the deals because of the shape I'm in, right?
Yeah.
Like fitness influencers, they do their stuff where they're promoting whatever products. They don't need to say get into my shape so that you can get brand deals. You see it, you understand it. We understand why he's popular on TikTok. It's not because...
No, but I look at it as a bit different to that.
But do you understand what I'm saying? If
I
you're
understand what
sitting
you're
there and a kid is watching you or we're watching you, the thing that makes this guy stand out is that he's absurdly overweight. You're going to sit there and go, oh, so this is, they're giving him brand deals because he looks a certain type of way. He's probably not going to get those brand deals if he's just in regular shape. I mean, why would he?
I don't know, because like maybe if you take like a really popular influencer who gets a lot of attention online, for example, let's say, no, hear me out.
That's why he's getting the attention.
Yeah, but then you're saying it's to do with the fact that he's fat as well. What I'm saying is that forget about him for a second. Let's take someone like Addison Rae, who does TikTok dances and whatever. If somebody got Addison Rae to promote their new candy floss machine or sweets, it's not because she's fat or she's promoting people becoming obese. It's just they want their product sold and they're showing it to that sort of audience. And if he has got people with like the same kind of people as him watching his content, then they know it's a good market that's going to entice people to buy it. I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
But usually sponsors will sponsor you for things that make sense for your audience. Right?
Yeah, so maybe
Addison
his
Rae
audience like eating food. No, but it would though, just because it's Addison Rae and a lot of people are going to see it. Why do you think they get Snoop Dogg to advertise Uber Eats or Just Eat, whatever it is? Snoop Dogg has nothing to do with that.
No, but Snoop Dogg is that's beyond
No, but that's
TikTok
food.
and YouTube.
You could say this guy should be advertising for Just Eat because he's a big guy, but it's not. You've got Snoop Dogg who's a rapper.
No, Snoop Dogg's not a good example because Snoop Dogg can advertise anything because he's Snoop Dogg. This guy's not going to advertise
So
gym
can Addison Rae
memberships.
though, because she's got a very big following.
I don't think
That's
so.
just the point I'm trying to make.
Snoop Dogg can literally advertise Audis, for example. Addison Rae's probably not. That's probably not what our audience is interested in. I doubt she
If
could get away with
Addison
that.
Rae picked up, all right, there was a trend going around not long ago on TikTok where everyone was buying the pickles and then putting all this fruit wraps around it and eating it. It was only a few normal girly girl influencers who maybe usually promote makeup and stuff who recorded themselves eating these pickles. Then all of a sudden everyone was buying these pickles and it was all sold out everywhere. That's not the audience for pickles, but people still bought it. So if Addison Rae was to promote a packet of sweets, I think people would go buy it because she has got a big audience.
Let me ask you this. If you think that anyone with a big audience can promote anything...
Not anything.
What I'm saying is that this guy has a niche, right? His
Yes.
niche is in the fat market. Mm-hmm. He's going to promote products surrounding that, generally
Yes,
speaking.
and I'm
not
agreeing with that.
Probably not every single one of them, but people like Addison Rae or Summer Rae or Bradley Martin or whatever, they're going to promote things within their niche. Bradley Martin, for example, all of his sponsors are probably going to be surrounding, or generally speaking, they'll be surrounding the gym because of how big he is and how big he is in that community. This guy's never going to promote gym memberships. Pure Gym's never going to reach out to him and be like, yo, we've got a £20 deal, blah, blah, blah. It's just, that's not his market. So where Addison Rae, I don't know how many followers Addison Rae has, but if she has transcended what people would normally get on TikTok, maybe she can promote more things. But this guy's clearly promoting specific things for a specific reason. I think it's very clear why he has this following. And he continues to grow in size. He just keeps on eating and eating and eating. This isn't the first time I've seen him either. He looks bigger now than when I last saw him. He's got into a size that is absolutely absurd. And people need to tell him that before he dies.
And look,
And you're proud of it?
No. There's a difference. There's proud, and then there's just being positive in my own skin, and that's what I am.
Right.
I'm not proud to be fat.
Would
I'm
you
not
accept,
proud to...
Would you accept that by medical definition you are morbidly obese?
Look, if that's what medically you want to call it, then call it.
Well, no, you know your weight. I don't.
No. But that's you could say that. Yeah.
Right. So here's my issue
that.
with this body positivity thing. People shouldn't be celebrating being morbidly obese, in my estimation.
But that's
because actually it is a dangerous condition that causes many people to die.
Look, you've got a fair point. It is dangerous. It can lead to dangerous issues, which could, diabetes and so on. And that is an issue. But we don't encourage gaining weight. There's a difference between the videos you just showed on the screen
Come
and
off,
what we're
George,
talking about now.
you're doing this. These TikToks are all geared to you.
You're showing people encouraging eating food. I'm just saying, wow, look at the pizza. Look, it's from Costco. It's nice.
No, you're not. You're not.
That's what I'm doing.
Sorry, George.
That's what I'm doing.
You are glorifying. Scoffing.
It's called taking the piss. That's what it is.
Well, maybe.
That's what it is. It's having a laugh and not taking yourself too seriously.
Why is it funny?
Because it is funny. You know it is funny.
It's
You had a
not
little
funny.
smirk yourself before.
I actually don't find this kind of thing funny. I think
come on.
I actually think it's quite sad.
It's not sad. It's comedy.
Let me bring him.
It's satire comedy.
It's not funny, and it is sad. This man is not going to make it. He's just at that size. He ain't going to make it. If you can, I'm assuming he doesn't work out at all. And if he is eating pizzas that big and donuts and what every single day, it's not funny. The guy's going to croak. This obesity is one of the biggest killers in the world, right? Is it? Yeah, obesity is one, especially in the Western world. It's one of I think it's our second biggest killer. No, I think it's our biggest killer. I think obesity is the biggest killer in the UK and the US.
What's top 5 or top 3?
I don't know what top 3 is.
Obesity.
We have a serious obesity
So
problem.
obesity is a bigger killer than cancer.
Yeah, well, obesity leads to those things. So obesity is like if you had a chart, obesity is here, and when you're obese, it opens the door for cancer, diabetes, this, that, the other. So obesity can be linked to a lot of those things.
It's the 5th leading risk for global deaths.
Yeah, global. Yeah, obesity is a bigger problem than smoking now. And I know they've been making a lot of efforts to push people away from smoking, but now they're introducing other things as well. But that's a whole other discussion. My point is that this situation that this guy is in, I don't want to really sit here and poke fun at him because he's being encouraged by these companies and by his wife or his girlfriend or whatever, and whoever else is buying into this stuff to continue doing it. And he is walking into an early grave. And other people that are seeing that are going to be doing it as well. We've seen people do stupid shit for much less online to get some clout. This is not unheard of. So if we can understand that obesity, what did it say? The 5th biggest killer in the world. In the world. In the UK, I'm pretty sure it's our biggest problem because obesity leads to so many other issues. Some people can't even get out of bed. You remember that video we did? The woman couldn't even get into the taxi.
Yeah, it is just causing people to struggle in life for it just doesn't need to be done. Like I always see this woman walking and she's always got 2 sort of walking sticks and she's walking so slow and you can see she's really struggling. And it's sad to see, but it's because you don't know if she might actually have a health condition that's caused it. But if she didn't, then it's just clear to see how much it will make you struggle on a day-to-day. I walk upstairs and I'm out of breath and I'm slim. Imagine an obese person walking up the stairs. They're not going to be able to breathe.
And they encourage these things as well. And this body positivity movement is largely to blame for this stuff. It's not positive. There's nothing positive about this. It doesn't make you a bad person to be fat. It just means you made bad choices. And you need to recognize that and change your ways. Not just change it for yourself, but change it for the people around you. Because there's going to be people around you that are going to have to bury you. A kid shouldn't die before their parents. Children should be burying their parents. But if you continue that way, your parents will end up burying you. And that's got to be one of the worst things for a parent. Any parent is going to want to go out before their child. And if we got a growing obese problem in this country, now potentially the biggest killer in the UK, and I'm sure it's up there in America, it's probably worse in America, then there are going to be a lot of parents burying their children. Because it's not just, you don't just die from being fat. You die from the causes, from the things that occur from being fat. Like getting heart disease, or, you know, you have, what was it, the cardiac arrest, or whatever else comes from it. Diabetes, cancer can develop from it. It's just not, well, you don't want to be in a wheelchair by the time you're 40.
Oh, maybe. You know it is. You know it is. You know it is, Piers. I've been an actor for 13 years.
George,
you know
George,
damn right I know how this industry works.
George,
mate.
I'll come back to you in a moment.
Come on.
Let me just go to Blair White in Austin, in Texas. Blair, I do have a problem with this because I think it's celebrating a dangerous health condition. And if you're an influencer, why would you want to influence people to think that that is A, funny, entertaining, and B, something they want to do?
Well, you should have an issue with it. You know, my opinion is that the fat positivity movement is a death cult. You know, I'm all about living my life on my own terms, being happy, finding a partner that makes me happy. But, you know, life is short, so you have to find happiness. But what cuts it in half is being obese. Your life will literally end halfway of the length that you would live being obese. And so promoting it, you wouldn't be able to be anorexic on TikTok and not get comments about how you need to eat a cheeseburger, how you need to gain weight. And you can write it off as trolls, but it's the truth. You know, I've seen some TikToks made by him where he is addressing people telling him that he needs to lose weight as trolls and sort of making fun of it. And I just wonder, you know, is it really trolls? I mean, certainly there are mean people on the internet, but there is some truth to it. I mean, I know that he is a father, and the idea that you will, in all likelihood, in all certainty, actually not live past 50, 60 years old is an issue. So for me, you know,
Yeah, I know, I hear you. I know, that's my view.
Everything she said is true. And it's even more sad that he has children. Because his children are going to be looking at him. Again, I don't know yet, but I'm assuming they make a fair bit of money from all these brand deals. The children are going to look at dad. Children copy their parents. You're just perpetuating a cycle, a vicious cycle, that an ongoing problem that we have in this country that needs to be addressed by the government. They need to start implementing schemes to get people out of the house and get them walking and get them training. You ain't got to go to the gym and do some Arnold level workout. No one's saying that, but people need to take care of themselves. The thing is that you'll say this to people, and it's not until shit hits the fan where they're like, I should start going to the gym. All you got to do is about 30 minutes to an hour a day. Not every day either. You can do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. Or you could just do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Just get the ball rolling. You're going to feel a lot better going to the gym. There are so many things that the gym fixes. It's not just about your body. It fixes mental health problems. That might sound silly to say, but when I was having a hard time a couple of years ago, I think when I was like 24, this was like 6 or 7 years ago, I would go for runs down our local dirt path in the morning. Just go for long runs and then walk back. And just being outside and knowing that I've accomplished something, I've burnt a certain amount of calories, my day hasn't even started. Nobody's awake yet. And I've already gone out there and accomplished something. That does wonders for your mental health.
Yeah, this is the same as me as well. Like when I used to go to the gym before, I noticed how my mental health did change a lot. When you work out and your body starts changing and you start looking better and more fit and healthy, like I believe the saying, you look good, you feel good. Like if you know you look good, you're going to start feeling good. So that also is going to help with your mental in that aspect as well.
Yeah, 100%. I look back at pictures of me when I was a bit more overweight, and I look younger now. It feels good to look younger, and it feels good to be strong, and it feels good to be fast. Nobody wants to wake up in the morning and look at their gut and be like, Jesus Christ, what is going on there? You want to wake up, you don't need to have abs, but just be in decent shape. It shouldn't be a struggle to get out of bed. And the thing with working out in the gym or working out at home or wherever you're getting your workouts in is that your hard work shows on your body. There's nowhere to hide it. It will show if you're working hard, if you're eating correctly, and that will make you feel good. There's no wonder we've got a depression problem in this country. Half of the country's walking around looking like land whales. You should get out of bed and do something about it and don't end up like this guy. What's the point in having millions of pounds of brand deals from these companies that don't care about you if you ain't even going to be around to spend it with your children? You ain't going to be there. Your wife's going to be there. She's going to move on and get with another guy after you're gone because you ain't going to, like Blair said, 50, 60, 60's pushing it at that size. She's going to go and meet someone else. You really want to be looking down, or your wife's getting piped by some other guy off the money that I made raising my children.
I want to bring in Sienna, your wife. You've been listening to this.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable completely? When you see the statistics about obesity in this country, the cost to the NHS, what it costs the country,
Yeah.
are you comfortable about this?
The way I see it is, firstly, just us personally, we have private healthcare, so the NHS isn't a thing for us. I do understand that it is costing the NHS a lot. I think it's a bigger problem to address, though. I think it's about educating people when they're young to make healthy food choices. I think a lot of the time when you grow up in poverty, like George and I have, a lot of the time you don't have the healthiest options.
Yeah, but my response to that would be,
Yeah.
okay, but you've managed not to end up as George has weight-wise. I don't mean to denigrate you, George.
Could
I'm
be
just saying,
genetics, though, couldn't it?
No, it's not.
It could be enough.
You just say genetics, bruv. Come on. Just own it. That's not genetics. Yeah, like my genetics are weird. If I go to the gym and train a lot, I get a good pump. If I eat a lot, my belly will stick out straight away. But to get to that size, don't blame it on your genetics.
Yeah, that size is different, but genetics can and does play a part in it, because I could eat the same food as somebody else, because I've got really fast metabolism, so I could eat the same as somebody with a slow metabolism for a whole week, and their weight will probably go up and mine won't.
No, genetics 100% play a part in how you look, but when you get to that size, don't blame it on your genetics. That's your fault. I can understand that maybe if me and this guy, we go for a Nando's or whatever, I'm going to wake up in the morning, I'm probably not going to see that much change on me. He might wake up in the morning and be extremely bloated, notice that he's a bit more pudgy, his face is probably a bit more bloated. I get that. The way people's bodies digest food and the way our bodies react to things is going to be because of our genetics. But there are limits to that. You can't just blame it on your genetics. You have to take some personal responsibility. And I also find it funny that his wife is sitting there talking about educating people on good food choices while she's married to this guy. For what reason have you not tried to help this man and wean him off all of the donuts and cookies that he's eating? Why are you not helping him? He's not going to be around to raise your children with you. He just won't make it. Look around you and find old people in their 70s and 80s at his size. They don't exist. And if they do, they are suffering. I just don't understand that. You love these people. You want them to be around. I'm sure she wants them to be around for the children. And she's there bullshitting. Don't blame it on poverty. Because if you were poor, how the fuck did you get that big? You buy shit food when you're poor. I get that. But again, to get to that size, don't blame it on poverty and genetics. That's a cop-out. Just own it.
What it
I
is,
don't think it's genetics, is it?
I believe it's because my parents were like cool hippie vegetarians, whereas George's were not.
But are you comfortable? You've got a son, right? Are you comfortable about his current weight? Do you think when he does this stuff on TikTok, are you really laughing or are you concerned about him?
I'm concerned not so much about his weight, but more about his well-being, and
Well, the two go hand in hand.
Sienna, you definitely glorify it, Sienna, and you guys post videos where you're juggling his fat and you talk about how attractive it is. And for me, when I look for a romantic partner,
we all knows what gets
I look for someone that would make me a better version of myself.
Well, yeah, but George,
Do you know what you just said? That's what gets views. They are glorifying obesity here. There's no two ways about it. They know exactly what they're doing. She is willing to sacrifice this man's life. And I'm not putting all the blame on her, but she is his wife. She should try to steer him in the right direction. You're supposed to help your partner. She's willing to let him go down this path because, again, I don't know how much they're making, but I'm sure they're making enough for her to be willing to put up with that sacrifice. Does she not know that this guy's going to perish? He's going to die. What is she talking about? This is insane to me. I could never, if I had a girlfriend that was putting weight on, I'd say to her, babe, no, we're going to the gym. This isn't a discussion. And it's not because I am not attracted to you or whatever anymore. It's the primary reason is you're going to perish if you keep going down this road.
So I have a question for you. So if you was in a relationship with a girl and she started gaining weight drastically,
yeah,
borderline becoming obese, and you said, let's go gym, let's work out, or let's go on a diet, and you was really trying to help her, and she kept saying no, and she was refusing, then what do?
I'm gone.
You're going to leave her?
Yeah, I'm going to leave.
Even though you've got 2 kids together?
Oh, well, children changes that. No, if we've got children, then I'll the ideal scenario is stick around and do everything you can to help her, appeal to her emotionally, right? My, you know what I'm like with the gym. I'll be like, we're going to the gym. I don't want to hear your bullshit. But I'm not going to talk to my wife like that. I'll try to appeal to her emotionally and talk to her about how I want her to be here to raise the children with me. And statistically, she just won't. And I don't want to bring another woman in the house. I don't want to be here without you or whatever. Whatever you have to say to get them in the gym. In a realistic scenario, my wife will never be getting to that size. It just won't happen. If she puts on a bit of weight and I'm starting to see changes in her, I'm going to say to her, because I love her, I'll be up front of her and I'll say, look, you're putting on weight. We need to go to the gym. It's going to make her feel shit and it's going to make her feel insecure, but in the long run, she will thank me for it. It's not about, oh, you know, she put on a bit of weight, I'm not attracted to her anymore, because you love this person, you want to help them. I'm assuming she loves this guy. So, and there's always a road back. If you care about that person, it's more important to stick there with them and see them through. And, you know, them knowing that you were willing to stay by them, even when they got to an unhealthy size, will probably encourage them to want to stay at a healthy size as well. But also, if you're with somebody, like, if I met you at my current size, right? And I weigh, 70 kg, and then a year into our relationship, I'm 100 kg. I think that's selfish on my behalf. It's not just accept me for how I look, accept me however I am because you love me. No. How about respect the fact that I met you a certain way? Why have you changed now? And you expect me to change with you? I don't understand the notion of, if you don't have any respect for yourself, why should I think you're going to have any respect for me? You don't respect yourself enough to keep yourself in decent shape for the person that you got with, but you expect them to just accept it and, because they love you or whatever. That's bullshit to me. If you respect your partner, respect them enough to understand that they got with me a certain way, I should do everything I can to try and maintain it on some level. And I know after women give birth, it's a bit harder, but there's no excuse for that shit. That's ridiculous. And I also wouldn't encourage you either. I wouldn't say, it's okay, babe, you're beautiful the way you are. I'd say, I know, what the fuck are you doing? In my head, obviously. I wouldn't say it to her face, but you have to appeal to people emotionally, right? It would be irresponsible not to.
Yeah, they do say that when you get in a healthy relationship, you gain weight.
Yeah, I mean, I gained weight in my last relationship. I did, but we both encouraged each other to train. We would do little challenges, and we would wake up early and go to the gym or go in the evening, and we lost the weight. Both of us lost the weight, and we were in great shape. It happens, of course. When you're with somebody and you're happy with them, let's go try this place, let's go try that place, let's order donuts in. It happens. I'm not sitting here like a military sergeant saying I'm going to be on your ass because you ain't got abs. But if you understand that putting on a considerable amount of weight is, one, unattractive for your partner, it also shows a lack of discipline and self-care, then do something about it. Have respect for your relationship and do something about it. No one's going to have a problem with you putting on a few pounds, but getting to that size, you must be fucking crazy.
George, the point Blair's making is a sound one. You say it's to get views. We know that.
Yeah, of course.
And you're making money from it.
Of course.
But the question is, there's no incentive for you to actually lose any weight, because at that stage, your
actually-
TikTok persona
because we can flip the
is
book, can't
actually
we? Yeah.
George is actually on a weight loss journey, and I fully support that. I think it's more like having a laugh at yourself, making the best of.
You know what
the
made me? You
situation
know what
you're in.
pulled me around to your side, George? If you now flipped with this big audience you've got, and rather than gorging yourself every day on pizzas and donuts,
But that's not what I do,
but
Piers.
people laughing at you.
But that's
Why
not what
don't
I
you
do.
actually go on a fitness regime and show people
Piers,
how to lose weight?
If people actually knew what I was thinking and what I'm doing, I'm actually going to be doing it as Ozempic needles privately as well before you start. So all of these things, we're paying out of our own money. We don't cost anyone anything.
How much are you making out of the TikTok?
A lot of money.
Like what?
A lot of money, over 100 grand.
A year?
Over 100 grand a year.
So there's no incentive to lose weight, is there?
There it is. 100 grand. Of course he's going to eat. These corporations make me sick, man. Of course he's going to take that
I
money.
can't believe he just said that. I would never tell people what I earn.
You just, everything he's going to say and he has said is he's thrown it under the bus. Now we know why you're doing it. Now we know why your pretty wife is sticking around. Jeez, I don't even want to hear her bullshit. She's there because she's seen the subscribers or the viewers or whatever and the money.
Do you know what? This is a thing though. Because of how big he is, if he did a whole weight loss journey, he would probably make so much money from that, because it gives the hope to people who are big and feel like they can't lose weight or they're struggling. It really does motivate them in a positive way. So he really should take this opportunity of him being obese and use that to make money. By losing weight, you're making yourself healthier, you're influencing people in the correct way, and you're making money. It's a win-win-win. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not obese.
He's not going to do that, though. He's going to continue to take these corporations' money. I guarantee you after this Piers Morgan thing, he probably got more brand deals. He's just going to perpetuate an ugly cycle, and his wife is going to be there cheerleading until she has to bury him, and then she'll marry the Chad, and she'll have all of his money. I mean, this is ridiculous. I actually can't believe the bullshit that's coming out of their mouths right now.
No, but it doesn't derive straight from that. That's from my sales. And that's with the collaborations and the deals.
You don't even want to tell me how much you weigh.
I don't need to.
Are you ashamed of it?
Oh, I'm not ashamed.
I don't really understand how you can join a panel about
when you put a number and you put a label on it.
Okay, Blair, final word to you.
I just don't know why he would come on a panel discussing weight and body positivity, fat positivity, and not actually revealing the
I agree. Guys, I'm sorry, I've run out of time. Thank you, all of you, very much.
I love the way Piers just
There's a time limit.
Yeah, because he's actually on a TV show. I didn't even know if that's this is a TV show called Talk TV. One of our viewers told me the other day.
Sorry, Michael, we've run out of time.
We don't have those problems here, so I'm going to rant for a little bit longer.
Oh, God.
I think that what this guy's doing is disgusting, and I think what people that are doing similar things is also disgusting. I think that there should be warnings underneath their videos as well. The same way they put warnings under all sorts of videos for nonsense reasons, you should actually put warnings under their videos, and you should say, this is an unhealthy size. Please do not copy the things you see in here.
Please don't try this at home.
Yeah, like they used to do in the WWE videos, right? You'd see Rey Mysterio flying off a ladder and it would say, please don't try this at home. That's what they should write under his video.
Didn't they have was it WWE, or am I getting mixed up, where they used to be like, the people are all real?
Yeah, that's the one.
But what is it? Go on. I know you'll know it.
It was something about these people.
Don't try this at home.
Something about the stunts are real.
No.
The accidents are real. Something like that.
No, it wasn't. It was the acting is fake. The stunts are fake. But these people are all real. Do not try this at home. Or something like that. I don't know.
Wait, I'm going to find it. I'm sure it's on YouTube.
Meanwhile, all of us at home was definitely trying this.
Oh, 100%.
We used to watch WWE, and then every time it was the adverts, we'd all like start scrapping in the living room.
I remember, my brother was... I climbed something. It must have been the sofa because we were little. And do you remember Rob Van Dam? He used to climb to the top rope and he used to go, wow.
Yeah.
And he would jump up. I jumped onto my brother. I missed him completely. Smashed right into the table. Smashed up all my shit. But yeah.
Oh, I miss wrestling.
Wrestling back in the day was sick. It was very good. But the same way they said don't try this at home, TikTok and YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, whatever else, they have a responsibility to say what these people are doing is extremely dangerous. Don't eat like this at home. This will send you to an early grave. And then they should put a whole study in there and statistics so that people know exactly what they're looking at. These people are not to be taken seriously. These corporations are preying on them because they're offering them a lot of money. You dummies are buying their shit. You're sending these people to an early grave. And the body positivity movement is not positive at all. It's negative. It is depopulation. Let's just call it what it is. You're killing these people. So if you're one of these people that are promoting this shit, and again, like I said at the beginning of the video, body positivity is fine. I'm on board with body positivity. I'll use women as an example. There's so many different looking women that have different features that are beautiful in their own way. That have things that, I don't know, maybe I think other girls might like demonize or whatever, like stretch marks. There's a lot of girls that I know that are insecure about their stretch marks. I don't think there should be negative connotations on stretch marks. You get them for a multitude of reasons.
They're not ugly at all.
They're not ugly at all. There's nothing wrong with them. Like I said, I got stretch marks on my. I don't know if you can see them. Can you see them? I think some of them are faded. They're at the back. Basically, when I started going to the gym and like gaining quite a bit of muscle, I got stretch marks. Even one of my boys, his stretch marks are very pronounced because his shoulders are massive now. It's not ugly. That's an example of something that is commonly demonized that shouldn't be. That we should put a positive spin on that. I know a lot of women are insecure about their boobs as well. I know so many girls are insecure about their boobs, but they shouldn't be. But that's another thing where we should put a positive spin on that. This side of it, this body positivity side of the obesity thing, those people are fucking morons. I have got no time for people that are promoting that bullshit. They're just sending people to an early grave. It's always these fucking woke ones that are trying to be inclusive and pander to people's feelings. You're killing people. You are the opposite of what you pretend to be.